Hey everyone, welcome back to another stream. I'm super excited because today we're going to do some more live cafe scripting. So we're working on our sample cafe over here, and as always I will have the link in the description of the uncopylocked version of this game. So if you'd like to, come on in and you can mess around with the scripts, or you can, see what I've been doing, you can check that out. But we're just going to pick up exactly where we left last time, and of course if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the live chat, and I'll do my best to glance over there every once in a while. But yeah, let's get into scripting this. So let's just see what we had last time, and we're going to pick up exactly where we left off. So if we go in, we have our cup right here, and what we can do is we can come up to our coffee bean machine, and then if we go up to it, it'll put coffee beans in our cup. And then we can go up to the milk and it'll do the same. But what I wanted to do, so we have that, I want to, instead of doing the machines today, I want to work on a music system, and I also want to work on a spill system. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but in a lot of cafes, what the groups do is they'll have spills that come up on the floor, and a lot of the staff members can come up with mops and they can mop up the spills. So I wanted to create something similar to that because I don't think there's much on that on YouTube. So of course, you could always come in and look at it in the uncopylocked link in the description, or you could just follow along. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do, I actually want to create our spill. So I'm just going to make it maybe this size, and we can make it multiple parts together, and we can union them type thing. And the idea is we'll have random colors for the spills, and then we'll also have random locations. Just so that it's kind of, more realistic. The spills get placed in different spots. So maybe we could do it like that. I think that looks okay, or maybe we could just do two type thing. Let's see, maybe if we scale it up. I think that looks good. And now what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna union these together using the model and then union, just like this, and this will be our sample spill. What we're gonna do is whenever we want to put our spill around the map, we're just gonna clone this spill through our script. So what I'm going to do, we want this spill to use our part color. So if I change the color of this spill to maybe like red, it'll change it to red. Or if I change it to green or whatever color. And that'll just allow us to do the randomization in terms of the spill color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder under workspace, and I'm just going to name it spill locations. And these are going to be different spots where the spills can spawn. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to throw this spill in here, the sample spill, and what we're going to do, we're just going to clone this and move it around to all different spots. And what we'll do is when it's time to actually display the spill to the user, we will set the transparency of the spill to 0 so that they can actually see it, and then we'll change the color. So let's just move this around a little bit. Let's see, I know a lot of you guys actually suggested this in our suggestions channel on Discord. So I figured, I'll probably wind up making a video on it too later, but I wanted to do a stream on it, just so you could get the content a little earlier. Let's see, go right here maybe. I think this works. And then I just want to set the can collide values on these, or I want to anchor them, and I want to set can collide to false, and then I want to set the transparency to 1 so that we can't see them until it's time. And the way I want to set up these spills, I'm going to use a spill manager script, and I'm going to create it under server script service, and this is just what's going to set the spills every once in a while visible to false, and it's also what's going to handle our mopping, so when the player actually goes over with their mop to mop up the spill. So I'm going to name this a spill manager, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a while true loop, while true do. And the idea is we want to wait, maybe we can wait, for now we can just wait like 10 seconds between each spill. And then we want to get a random spill from these spill locations, and then we want to make it visible. So I'll say local random number, or we should probably get a reference to our spill locations first. So I'll say local spill locations folder equals game.workspace.spill locations. And then I'll say local spill locations will create an array with all of these different locations. So local spill locations equals spill locations folder get children, and it'll get all the children of our spill locations. And then from here, what we're going to do is if we want to get the max, like the amount of spills that we have, all we do is we say spill locations. I believe it's actually we say number of spill locations, and that'll give us the exact number. So what we can do is say maybe local random spill equals, and then we're going to say spill locations, and then we want to choose a random number, so math.random, and then we want to go from number 1 to the number of spill locations, and that should give us a random spill. And what we can do is we'll just set the random spill, let me see, random spill dot transparency equals 0, and that we'll just see if that works to make it visible. We'll just come up here, paste it before the wait 10, give it a try. It's heading game. I've been good, Tiger Blocks. How are you? And there we go, random spill. If we wait 10 seconds, another random spill should come up. There we go. And we'll give it, let's see, we'll do another. If we give it 10 seconds, that's fine. There we go, another. So what we can do is now we can set the spill color to brickcolor.random. So I'll say random spill.brickcolor equals brickcolor.random, and that should choose a random brick color for us. I'm doing good, Tommy. How about you? How does your Roblox studio not crash every 10 seconds? I don't know. I mean, I've had studio crash on stream sometimes, which isn't always the most fun, but it's been doing pretty good lately. It hasn't crashed too much. I'm your favorite YouTuber? Thank you. Glad I've been able to help. There we go. So it looks like that worked. So what we can do from here, let's create our mop. We'll make our mop. I guess we should really start with just a part like this for our handle. Let me see. Maybe we can even find a free model for our mop as well. I think I'll just do it like this for now, though. Oh, I'm getting so many pings in Discord. Why is everybody pinging me? That's not fun. There we go, I exit out. Let's see. So we have our mop handle right here. And I'm just going to set the color to maybe like a brown color, and then I'll set the material to wood. If we just scale that up just a tad. I want it to be about the height of the player. So we head in, we can check that out. Free models do contain viruses sometimes, you're right. But you know, what you can do is you can even look through the free model, you can look through the script, and then you can filter out the viruses. You can delete them. Well, I put the script in the description. I have the uncopy lock game link in the description, but there are a bunch of scripts for this, so I can't put the script in the description now. Maybe I'll put it in Discord afterwards. I think this looks good. Yeah, maybe it's a little high up, but make it a little shorter. Go like right here. There we go. Let's try this. Can I make a video on how to make NPC dances? Sure, that's a good idea. Maybe I will. Yeah, and I mean, if you guys ever have any video suggestions, please just put them in the video suggestions channel on Discord, because anytime I go to make a video, I always just look there. It's just a great spot, you know, for me to see. It's very organized, and I can see exactly what you guys want to see, you know, video-wise. So throw your suggestions there if you have any good ideas. Make it so that people with Roblox Premium have extra vacuum space. I don't think we're not gonna have like a maximum space type thing. Let me see. So this will be our mop handle. We probably want to put this inside of a tool too, so the players can use it as a tool. I'll just name it mop. Throw this guy under. Actually, we should name it handle, my bad, because Roblox does it all with handle. So if you have the handle, then that's what your player will grip onto. And then I have the tool grip editor plugin right here by CloneTrooper99. It does cost 25 Robux, but I do suggest checking it out because it's pretty awesome. Very easy to edit tool grips. And if we just select rotate, then what we can do is we can rotate our tool grip so that it'll be face up whenever we have to grip the mop. Let me see, I think this is about 90 right there. So it'll be up and down. And I think that's actually a good location to grip it as well. If we just move our mop up a Let's see. Will this work with the point system I made? Yes, I am going to integrate the point system into this cafe series for sure. If you are looking for a free version of the tool grip editor, as Super Senpai Splash said, there's one by Ego Moose that he made it, and it actually works really well. It's pretty much the same as Clone Trooper. I just prefer Clone Troopers just because I've had it for a long time, but you could use Ego Moose's as well. Let me see. How should we do the bottom of this mop? We could do like a half sphere type thing. Maybe that would look good. What we can do is we create our sphere, and then if we create a block, we can union it to create a half sphere. Let's see. We want to go like maybe halfway down, maybe about right there. Let's see. Will I use this game for something or gift it to a group? I don't really plan on using it for much. It's just if you guys want to use it for your group, or you want to use anything inside of it, you can. It's just kind of like a tutorial game type thing. So it's not actually, we're not really going to turn it into a cafe. Let me see. If we come over here and we negate this part, what we can do is we can union these back together. And it does create like a half mop type thing. I think that'll work for now. We'll do smooth plastic, and we will change it to like a yellowish type color. We have to set the use part color property on here. Maybe like right there. I think that works. And we can actually, if we set the position to the same position as this handle, it'd be super easy to set this up. Just like that. So now it's exactly centered, and then we can just move it down. And that is a big mop. We want to make that a little smaller. Let me see. Just tad. Make the spills give you points. We can do that for sure. Yeah, I think we can have multiple ways to get points with this, so for sure. Alright, I think that works for a mop. It's not the best mop, but I never said I was a good builder, so that'll work. And this will be our mop. I'll just call it the mop, I guess. We'll put it under here, and what we need to do, I don't know if a lot of you guys have been helping you out with your different scripts on Discord, and many people actually don't know about this. If you're looking to make a tool, what you actually use to create different parts underneath the tool and keep them together, it's something called a weld constraint. So if I create a new weld constraint object underneath of this mop, what I can do is if I select it, I can say part 0 and part 1, and all that means is it's going to attach part 0 to part 1. So whenever I move part 1, it'll move part 0 as well. So in this case, if I set part 0 to our mop, and then I set part 1 to the handle, that means whenever I move the handle, right, in our tool grip, right, and when we're actually holding it, it'll move the mop as well. So weld constraints are actually really important, but not many people, I guess in my experience, have known about them. So it's always just a good trick, so you don't have to union things together when you're dealing with tools. Use a plugin to weld parts together. Yeah, there are some good plugins to do that. I think this mop will work. Yay! We have our mop. Now what we need to do is we need to go around, and what we want to say is whenever the player clicks or whenever the player activates it, maybe if they click on a puddle type thing, then it'll take like 5 seconds and then the puddle will go away. Can I publish the game? Yes, I can. Let me do that right now for you. There we go. We will, let's see, inside of our mop we can create a local script, and we'll name this mop script. And then inside this script, this is where we're going to get when the mop is activated, when the player clicks on the mop. Moonradar actually just said E to clean. We could do it with that too. We could use the user input service. I actually like that idea. So we could say whenever they press E or whenever they press a keybind, then it cleans up the mop. I like that. So we could say local user input service equals game:get service user input service. And then we'll say we want to get whenever the tool is activated first. I'm just trying to think how we could do this. So we should say local activated or local equipped equals false. And then we're going to hook into the equipped event of the tool. So whenever the player equips the tool, whenever they press 1 or whenever they click on it, then we can do that. So we'll say script.parent.equipped, and we'll just set that variable to true inside of our function. And this is going to enable it so that we can, whenever they press a key, we're going to see if the mop is equipped first. So whenever it's equipped, we want to say equipped equals true. And then we want to do the same thing for the unequipped event. So script.parent.unequipped, connect it up to a function, and then we'll set equipped to false. And then in here, so we have that. We want to say user input service dot input began. And then we want to connect it to a function. And this is the way we do this is whenever we use input began, it means when there's a mouse event triggered, when there's a keyboard event, whenever there's some kind of input on the user side, that's when input began gets fired. So input began, connect it up to a function, and we'll grab our input in here, and then we'll say if input, I think it's dot, let me look it up, I'll look up some documentation real quick. Roblox user input service key pressed. I believe what we want to do is we want to say input type. We want to check, yeah, the user input type. So if input.user input type is equal to enum.user input type keyboard. So if they press a key on their keyboard, then in here we can actually check the key. So we'll say if input.keycode is equal to, I think it'd actually be enum.keycode.e, then we'll just say print E. And we'll try that out. We'll see how it works. What about mobile users? There's actually a really cool function in user input service. And what we can do is for mobile users, we can create a little button over here for them to press since they don't have a keyboard. I actually learned about it the other day. I forget how you do it, but we can look that up for sure. OMG, hi RoScripter. Hi. Sorry late, what is going on? Right now we are doing our live cafe scripting, and I am working on a mop system. So we are trying to make it so players can mop up spills. So let's see, the tool is activated and we press E, and it says we press E. Very cool. You're feeling down, that's no fun. That's no good. I hope you feel better. Is there a video about hosting systems? I don't think so. Maybe I can make one. We're going to say, so if they press key, or the key E, and equipped is equal to true. So if the tool is equipped and they press E, then we'll print pressed E while the tool was equipped. Can I make a how to script a car video? I'm actually not too sure how to script a car myself. I've never really done much with that. I could learn though. Maybe I'll learn. That'd be kind of cool. So I press E and then I unequip it. I can't, and then I press it again. Awesome. An admin panel. Ooh, that's a really good idea. So many good ideas, guys. Please put them in the suggestions channel, the video suggestions channel on my Discord server, because that's where I look for ideas. I just forget them, you know, when you tell me here. So if you could throw them in that channel, that'd be awesome, and then I'll be more likely to make a video on it. All right, let's see. So we have our mop right here. That seemed to work out pretty well. So when they press E, and now we want to see if their mouse.target, if they are looking at a spill. So we'll say, maybe we can say local target equals mouse.target, and that just gets whatever their mouse is at. And I forgot we actually need to get their mouse. So we'll say local mouse equals player. Oh man, I don't even have a reference to the local player. I'm not doing good here. Give me a sec. Let's get a reference to that. Say local player equals game.players.local player, and then we'll say local mouse equals player : get mouse. Matt likes chocolate. I do too, Matt. A site facility / control GUI. Can you tell me? I don't think I can tell you. That's a kind of complicated thing, but maybe I can make a video on it. Throw it in the server suggestions channel on my Discord server. The video suggestions channel. So we will say, so we have mouse.target. Let's just print target.name just to see if this is working. We just want to see what they're hovering over with their mouse, what they're looking at type thing. Let me see. If we come over here, hover it over, same spill, base plate. Alright, we do have a good reference to the mouse. Awesome. So now what we want to do in here, actually, I guess before we come in here, we want to see if they even have a mouse.target. So add mouse.target. Then, so this shouldn't error out at all because we're making sure that they have a target before we define it. So if we go over here, there we go. Oh, whoops. If we hover up over here, it won't work. But then when we hover over a target, it'll print it out. Hello, Brett. How are you? All right. Let's see. So from here, what we want to do. So we have the target. We want to check to see if the target is a spill. So the way we can do that is we can say if target.parent is equal to spill locations. But I think a good way to do that would actually be create a function, just in case we wind up changing that. So say function or local function is target a spill. And then in here, so if the target is a spill, the way we check that, so we'll pass in the spill itself, the spill object, and then we'll say if spill.parent is equal to game.workspace.spill locations, then we'll return true, and otherwise it'll return false. And then in here we'll say and mouse.target, or is a spill, and then we'll pass in mouse.target, and that'll tell us if the target is a spill. Let's just try it out. How do I tween I don't know how to pronounce that word. E-ticket tween to another one? I don't know what you mean, but I do plan on making a video on tweening sometime soon. It's kind of cool. Let's see. So whenever we press E, it doesn't do anything, but when we hover over the spill, it does. Very cool. Very fun. Tweening's actually pretty cool. I might as well actually show you a plugin that I've been working on just real quick. I made this plugin. It's called Easy Tween. So rather than having to tween and write out the code and stuff, you can use the plugin. Maybe I'll publish it after the video and I'll throw it in Discord or something. But what you do is, so you have all these different properties. So you can say the object, the property, the start and end, and the time. So let's just say I have a part under workspace. I want to set the object to the part, so I'll select it like that, or like this. So I select the part. Then I want to say the property that I want to tween. So I want to tween the position. I want to say the start position is right here, and then the end position is right here. Maybe it takes 5 seconds, and then we press play, and then it slowly moves the part, right? It tweens it over, just like that. And then right here we get the code that we need, and then we just copy that and paste it into our script, and it'll work. So it's super easy to make tweens. Maybe I'll expand on it and make a video on it type thing. But I always find it useful when I'm just making stuff. Let's see. Am I going to put in any sweets? For sure, 100%. I actually have videos on pastries too. We can work on some of those and we can use the script from that video. Is Easy Tween free? Easy Tween is not released. I made the plugin, so it will be free when I release it, but right now it's not even for sale type thing. So we have our mop, and now when they click on the spill, what I think we should do is we should slowly decrease the size of the spill so we can use tweening to do that. And then we want to, in the end, we just want to destroy the spill. But the issue is, right now we are doing this inside of a local script, and we want to do it inside of a server script. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a remote event underneath of the spill, like this. Under each spill we'll have a remote event, like this, and we'll just name the remote event maybe, whoops, don't want to set the parent. We will name the remote event mop spill, and we'll fire this remote event from the mop script. So when we try to mop the spill, all we're going to do in here, rather than doing something like crazy, all we're going to do is just say, we'll say target dot mop spill :fire server, and that's all we have to do. We can handle the rest from the server side. The way I'm going to do that is over here we have our spill locations. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to create a new server script, or we can actually do this in our spill manager. we're going to loop through all the spills that we have, so spill 1, spill 2, spill 3, and then we're going to say when the remote event is fired, then we're going to do something. But we're going to make this very efficient by using a for loop to do it. So we'll say for I equals 1, comma, number of spill locations. So we're saying for each spill location that we have, we want to run some code, and the code that we want to run, we need to get a reference to our spill itself. So we'll say local spill equals spill locations I, which is say like spill 1, spill 2, spill 3, and then we also want to get a reference to our remote event underneath of that spill. So we'll say local mop spill event equals spill dot mop spill, and that will give us a reference to the event, and then we can hook into when that event's fired and do all that fun stuff. So we'll say mop spill event dot on server event will connect into when it's fired, and in here I want to grab, one sec, that went on the wrong line. I want to grab the player, so the player, and then I think that's actually all we have to do. We'll just grab the player, and we'll just print right here, we'll just print cleaning spill, just so we can test to see if our code works. RoScripter.value equals scripting god. Thank you. I swear if the chat gets flooded. What is he saying? Please publish. Oh, thank you. I always forget to publish. Please remind me to publish if I forget to publish a game. Because even if, like, I know it's helpful for you, but even if for some reason my studio crashed and we didn't publish, that would not be fun. How's it going, man? How's your day? My day's doing good. How about you? You love this guy's videos? Thank you. Appreciate that. Doing overhead GUI? We're gonna do all that. Yeah, we're gonna do full cafe in this stream. Googly Eyes. Googly Eyes makes it to every stream. Shout out to Googly Eyes. He's awesome. So there we go. It does print cleaning spill, so we do get when that event is fired, which is super cool. So what we can do from here, I want to slowly decrease the spill. So what we'll say, maybe, I'm trying to think a good way to do this. We'll create a tween, and the tween will slowly mop up the spill. So like, let's just say if we have the transparency set to 0 for this, all we'd want to do is just tween the size down like that. And the way we can do that, we'll say, we should probably get a reference to our tween service in our spill manager. We will say, oh, I'm so sorry, Cars Guy in Greenville. That's not fun at all. Very sorry. Local tween service equals game::get service tween service. What do I use to edit my videos? I used to use Premiere Pro, but I just switched to a program called DaVinci Resolve, and I really, really like it. So if you're looking to make videos, you should try DaVinci Resolve. It's really cool. So tween service, and then we want to create a new tween when we clean the spill. So we'll say local tween equals tween service : create. And then the first parameter in our create function of tween service, we want to say, what do we want to tween? Well, in this case, we want to tween the spill itself, so I'll pass in the spill. And then we want to, for our second argument, we want to say the tween info. And all that means, I know that might get confusing sometimes if you're trying to learn tweening, all the tween info is, it specifies the time and the easing style, the tween style type thing. So all you really have to do is say tweeninfo.new, and you can just pass in the time. You don't even have to pass in all these other arguments. But if I just say 1, all that means it's just going to take 1 second to complete the tween. So tweeninfo really isn't too difficult. It just kind of seems difficult at first. So we create our new tween. We'll say 5 seconds, and then I want to say the goal. So what do I want to tween? Like, what's the goal of what I want to tween to? Well, I want to tween the size, right, to vector3.new 0, 0, 0. I want to tween it all the way down. I want to make it look like nothing, like super really, really small. And then all we do from here, we'll say tween : play. We'll call the play method of tween. Wait 5 seconds for it to finish, and then we'll do something after that. But let's just see how that looks. You need to go to bed? Alright, I'll see you later. Why do game reviews? I don't think I'm really in the position to do game reviews. I could always voice my opinion on games, and I think that'd be kind of cool. But I've never really made a super successful game myself, so I don't really think I'm in the spot to tell people what they should really do for their game or to criticize someone else's game, you know? Let us see. We have our spill right here. Press E. Yay! Look at that. Tween service is really cool. I like tween service. I just published the game, of course, so if anybody is looking to use this or use any of the code that I just wrote, check it out in the description. The uncopylocked version is linked right there. Can I make live scripting a military game? I should really learn more about the military industry. I'm not too experienced with it. For sure, I could look into that. I could learn it. Let me see. The only man alive able to read a chat script and explain it at the same time. Thank you, Alpha. I try my best. Can you make it where you mop the spill gives 1 or 2 points? Yeah, I think that'll actually be the next thing we do. We integrate a point system after we finish up this whole mopping thing. What I want to do, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but when we just went in the game right there and we did our mopping, what you'll see is if we come over here and we grab our mop, whenever we press E, it goes all the way down, right? Tweens down, but it's not going to come back when we set it visible again to true. The spill doesn't resize, so I want to resize it. The way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to grab this base size right here, and then we'll just say whenever we create our spill, what we can do is we'll say we set the brick color, and then I want to size it up too. So random spill dot size equals vector3.new, and what we can do is rather than doing it like this, just saying the specific size, we can actually do it using math.random. So we can create a random spill size. So the way we can do that, so these are the two parameters we want to set to random numbers. So I think we could do maybe anywhere from 3 to 5. Let's see. So if we say math.random, and let's say 3, 5. But what I'll do is I'll say 30, 50, and then I'll divide that number by 10. And I know that's confusing, but all that does is it makes it so we get a number that is like something point something. So 4.4, 5.5. And it's just easier to do it that way than doing some crazy other math. But it allows us to get decimals in our number. So let's see, we can do that one, and I'm going to do the same for over here. Let's see how that looks. Will I ever do a collab with another Roblox dev? I don't know. I'd totally be open to doing a collab with the Dev King or Alvin, or even if there's someone smaller, I'd totally be open to doing that. It's just really hard to contact some of those guys. Let us see. It should create a new spill, and the size is looking pretty random. I think that's working out pretty well. Now, those look the same. Let me see. If we just give it a sec. Maybe it's sizing. Maybe it's not. Maybe if we just set one of the parameters to random rather than the other. Let's see what that does. I know Alvin's great. I like watching Alvin blocks too. It's actually, I learned a lot of what I know from Alvin blocks just following some of his tutorials. He does a good job. Can I script a hotel game? Maybe. It's a cool idea. So this one already seems bigger by the start when we go in. Let's just see. I don't think the size is changing. I can look at the properties to see. But I don't believe... Yeah, that size isn't really... So the 3.9, that's random. 4.5. What if I just set this last number to 1? Oh, so we have to set like the last number like 100 or something. That makes sense. Maybe we just won't do random sizes. Probably be easier just to do it fixed size. How do you make it so the mop spawns back after someone picks it up? We're not actually going to do that. The idea that I had is we're just going to put it under starter pack. We're going to put it somewhere, and then we're going to clone it if the player is above a certain rank in the group. Let us see. Okay. What we can do, let's grab the size of the sample spill, this default size right here, and we will just throw it into a vector. Let's see how that looks. And I just published the game once again, so for anybody looking to use it, I have the link in the description, the uncopylocked version, so you can go and check out all my code, everything I've done so far on this. You can feel free to check it out. Maybe I should make a story game. Yeah, I've actually gotten a lot of suggestions to make a story game. It's a very highly requested topic. There we go. That is really cool. I like that. Well, we do want to have a cooldown so they can't mop anymore after those 3 seconds. But I think that's exactly what we're looking for. Like, RoScript GUIs are a loading screen. I have a video on a loading screen. And I also do have a video on scripting GUIs. But if you're saying for this game specifically, for sure, yeah, we'll do everything for a cafe in this game. I'm so helpful. Glad I've been able to help. How do I make a leader stat? Let's show Matt how to make a leader stat. So what we do for leader stats is the way, I'll just show you in game. The way leader stats get set up is if we go over to the server view, all it is, it's a folder underneath of the player. So we're just gonna, through code, we create a new folder, and we just want to name that folder leader stats, and that's how it gets set up. And then what we do is, you'll see nothing comes up yet, but we put a value underneath this leader stats folder. So if I put a number value, what would happen is over here it says value, right? Because it's a number value, that's the name of it, and it creates a leader stats. But I could name this value something else. So maybe if I was to name it like stat1, and we were to go back, oh, it should change. Maybe it's not changing because it's in the game. But the idea is it would create a new value under leader stats, and that's how we're going to set it up actually in a little bit for our point system. Do a player added event for what? The channel is growing so much, I can see why. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the amount of growth we've received, I think we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, which is crazy. So thank you to anybody who has subscribed or who has supported me while I've done this. I really enjoy creating videos and pushing out content for you guys. So thank you. Thanks for allowing me to do this. Thanks for being a great fan base, great community. I should make a piggy style game. I've actually never made a piggy game, but if you are interested in learning how, Alvin actually has a series, and I think he gives all the code away for free too. He has a series on how to make a piggy game. Make the spills tween in, like get bigger when they spawn in. It's a cool idea. We could do that too. Matt, can you tell RoScripter to publish the game? No need to tell Matt. You can just tell me. There we go. All published. What's up, RoScripter? I'm doing good. How are you? Let me drink water one sec, guys. Alright, nice and hydrated so now I can keep talking. Let's set the transparency of this spill to 1. And what we want to do is, so we want to set a cooldown so they can't mop spills more. We want to set like maybe like a 5-second cooldown type thing. So we'll say, let's create a new value over here called mopping. We'll set it to equal to false. And then we'll say, so when we fire server, we want to set mopping to true. We want to wait 5, or wait however long it takes to mop the spill. And then we'll say mopping equals false once again. And then up here, what we want to do, we want to check if mopping equals false before we start mopping. And that should allow us to do a cooldown so we can't mop multiple things. Jimmy Roblox says, how did I learn to script? Good question. Oh, Matt answered for me. His dad taught him, and Alvin. I usually do give a lot of answers to this question, and I truly think it's not even really one answer. I learned to script. I started when I was 8 years old. I made my first app for the iOS App Store, and my dad helped me significantly with that. He was kind of there guiding me through, helping me make that, and that's really what sparked my interest and passion for coding. That's how I got into it. But I made some plugins for Minecraft and Java, and then I got into Roblox in 2016. And then I guess in 2017, I set out to make a game. I was just playing games for a while, and I was like, it's about time I make a game. I want to kind of make my impact on Roblox. So I set out. I think I wanted to make a game like Lumber Tycoon. That was my goal. I also wanted to make one like an auto mechanics simulator. I had a bunch of game ideas. But what I didn't even purposely learn to script. I didn't even know what scripting was. All I did, I just got free models, put them in my game, and saw how they work type thing. And then I would watch people, like I'd watch Alvin Blocks, watch some of his videos, and follow them through, and I kind of just indirectly learned to script, not even on purpose. And I guess there was a point maybe a year or two ago that I really did sit down and say, alright, I want to full on take this seriously and kind of learn a lot of the techniques and skills. But I don't think I ever really learned on purpose type thing. And I say if you're looking to learn to script, that's probably the best way to do it, is to set out to make a game. Don't set out to learn to script, because it's better to have a motivation to make a game, because you feel you're more motivated and you have a goal to work towards, rather than saying, okay, I'm going to learn how to script, and then you don't have anything to script type thing. So for sure, if you're looking to get into it, I highly suggest it. It's a great skill to learn, but set out to make a game. Let us see. I think the creator of that game watches RoScripter. That'd be cool. I don't know what that game is, but it'd still be kind of cool. Unknown Jesse says, what language do I write more, or only Lua? I know a bunch of languages, but my primary two are Lua and JavaScript. Lua for the Roblox stuff, and I do JavaScript just for like web development. Can I do an interview command? Maybe. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm on. Pet system for simulators. I actually do have my live scripting a simulator series. I have a pet system made on there, so you could check that out. It might help you. Yeah, I do a little bit of web development. It looks like our mop system is working, and we do have a cooldown, which is very, very, very fun. There we go. Goes away like that. See, what happens is it gets really, really small and it stays there. So we just want to set the transparency value to false. So what we'll do is over here, when we clean the spill, I do want to set after that 5 seconds, we'll just say spill.transparency equals 1. Do I still have the app? I do. I can't tell you what it is because that'd kind of reveal personal information, identity. I don't really want to reveal, but I do. The app is still on the App Store. Maybe I'll reveal it one day. Make an animation that makes you do when you mop a spill. I really like that idea. Actually, we should. We should make a mop spill animation. Let's do that. If we go over to Plugins tab and we can click on the animation editor, hop into our rig. We have our drink animation from last time. And what I'm going to do, whoops, that's not good. I want to save the animation real quick, and we'll create a new one. This will be our mop animation. Someone said they use Moon Animator. Yeah, I've actually been trying to learn Moon Animator recently. It's pretty difficult to learn, but I think it's probably worth it to put the time into. Love my vids, are so helpful. Thank you, appreciate that. Glad I've been able to help. So we have our dummy right here. So what's going to happen, it's going to look like this. So our hand is going to be out straight. And then I guess the way we want to do it is we kind of want to wiggle this like back and forth type thing. So what we can do, we have that set, and then I want to set it for the first frame on that too. And I might as well just set these other ones as well. Like that. And then if I scroll through, maybe we can wiggle this to the side. And then we can go back, and then at the end we can go straight back to where we were before. Taught you how to create a gun for the first time. Awesome. Yeah, Roblox weapons are pretty cool. I actually don't know too much about them, but I did make a video on how to make I think it was a laser gun, so it was pretty cool. See, that turns pretty fast. I don't want it to go that fast. I'm trying to think. We want it so it should really be, it should go back to the middle before. So if we grab this guy right here, we can actually switch these around. So if we put this one maybe right here, and we put this one at the end. Let's see. And then we need it to go back to the normal position. It might just snap back actually. Okay, I think this will work. What we need to do, a lot of people actually don't know about this. Whenever you're creating an animation with the tool, you need to set the animation priority to action. And the reason we do that is so that it overrides the tool, like the animation of the tool. It can actually, like if you're walking or something, it doesn't cancel out the animation. It keeps playing it. So we have that, and then what we will do is, oh, somebody actually suggested we have the other hand come up and do the mop. I like that idea. We can try that. Let's see how that works. If we pull this towards the middle, actually, yeah, we'll redo this animation. So we need the mop to go. Eek, I don't know how this is going to work. If we're trying to grab onto the mop. Let's see. Maybe we can get this to work. So if we go a little bit further in, how could I, maybe if we go like this type thing? Eek, I don't know how well that works. Oh, I kind of like that. That works pretty well. Never mind. We'll have it go back to the middle. Let's see. When you mop it, you get points. Yep, for sure. I think we're gonna add a point system next. That's gonna be the next thing we add for sure. So we go over to the side, and then we want to go over to this side. I want to go back this way. Let me see. If we go like this, maybe. So over to the side. And it has to go over a little bit more on this side. 82 viewers watching. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out the stream. I appreciate it. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't really know what to think. If we lock this one in right here. Okay, I think that works kind of. We'll just try it out, right? See how it does. You want to learn to script, but you don't know English. Wow. I was actually talking to somebody about this on Discord the other day. If you're not really fluent in English, most programming languages are made for English. So I don't really know how you go about doing that. Like, English is my first language, so I've never really had a struggle with learning to code in programming language that you know, because they focus on English usually. I really don't know how you'd go about that type thing. You just DM'd me. Okay, sounds good. I'll check it out after the stream. Alright, we just have our animation, and I forgot to copy the ID. Let me grab that ID real quick. I can find it on Roblox. I just published it. Head over to the Create tab, and we need to go to Animations. You're my favorite Roblox scripter, and I'm a big fan. Thank you. You are a swan, that's right. I accidentally called you Swan because I'm bad at pronouncing people's names. Your Roblox name. If we hop into our mop script, I just did grab that animation ID. And I will just create, underneath our mop, I'll create a new animation. And I'm just going to paste in the ID. Let's see, hop over the animation, paste in the animation ID, and then we want to say, I'm just going to call this mop animation. Am I going to make the point game pass, like if you buy the 500 point game pass? Maybe. It's a cool idea. We could do that. Googly is heading out. Alright, I'll see you later. Okay, we have our mop animation. Now I want to play the animation. And the way we do that is we'll say, we need to load the mop, we need to load the animation onto the player's humanoid. So we'll say player.character.humanoid : load animation. I believe it's load animation track. and then we're going to pass in the mop animation. So script.parent.mop animation. Actually, it's probably a good idea to set the mop animation up here. We want to create a variable for it. So we'll say local mop animation equals script.parent.mop animation. Double points game pass. I like that idea, Matt. Good idea. So we'll load in the animation, and we'll say local. Here we go. Local mop animation track. First time being in your stream. I love how you read our chats. Yeah, of course. Glad I've been able to help. And we're just gonna play this mop animation track, and we'll see how it goes. It should work, and it should play our mopping animation, but I'm not really too sure if it'll work. Big part of scripting, if you're getting into it, is debugging. It takes a while to debug your code, but that's, you know, solving errors and figuring out why your code's not working. That's a big portion of you know, programming itself. Load animation track is not a valid member of humanoid. Well, that's not good. We'll have to debug that way. So we have to see. So load animation track is not a valid member. That means that there's no load animation track method of humanoid. So maybe it's just load animation. Let's see. Whenever you reach like the points you need for a promotion, make something that says you've been promoted. Yeah, we could do that. That would be integrated with my group rank bot series type thing. Yay, we mopped it. That's actually really cool. Let me see. Let's wait for another one to spawn. I like that animation. That's awesome. The mop doesn't clone. No, it does not, but we're going to do that. I promise. Play fans games. We should do a play fans games live stream. That'd be cool. I think this is actually working well. Maybe we want to like loop that animation. I believe there's a loop property of animations. You love my vids? Thank you. I like making them. There's not a loop property. Man, I'm trying to remember. I think we can say maybe mop animation track. Let me see. Mop animation track dot looped equals true, and then it'll loop it as we play it. 78 viewers. Oh my gosh, every single time I look at that viewer count, I'm just amazed. Hey Harry, how are you? Let's see, we press E, we mop it. It's kind of buggy, but it works. And we just need to stop the animation after 5 seconds. So mop animation track, stop. Make sure to publish. Thank you, Matt, for the reminder. I always forget to publish. And once again, you can hop in the description. I do have a link to the uncopylocked version of this game, and you can use it if you'd like. You know, use the code, use the models for whatever you want. You know, my whole thing is, as long as you don't, you can always sell game passes and stuff, but just don't, you know, directly sell the videos I make or directly sell the code I make. You can use it for wherever you'd like. This is the best YouTube scripting channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, I think that works. And we're mopping more, and we're mopping more, and we are mopping more, and it works. And we do another. Well, there we go. Awesome. I'm trying to think. What else should we do? So we have our mopping working, and I think we're going to do a point system next. So let's see. If we go under server script service, let's create a new script, and this is going to be our point manager script. Tristan, I like that idea. We can actually work on that after the point system. You might hit 3K subs if you stream for an hour longer. Maybe we will. That'd be really cool. I don't know. What are we at right now? Let me check. YouTube.com. If I go to my channel, let me see. 2.97 thousand subscribers. Wow. That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Let me see. If we go to the Roblox page and we go to live. Oh, wow. Our thing comes up on the live Roblox page. That's fun. What is the music? I use the music. It's called Easy Lemon by Kevin MacLeod. It's great background music. Nice and calm type thing. Alright. So, enough of me looking at analytics and stuff, let's get into scripting our point system. So what we want to do, we want to get whenever a player joins the game, so we'll say game.players.playerAdded, connect into the player added event, connect it up to a function, and we're going to grab whatever player joined the game. And the way leader stats works, I was explaining it earlier. We need to create a folder underneath of their player called leader stats, and then we can create values underneath of that folder. So what we can do is we'll say local leader stats folder equals instance.new folder, and we're going to create it underneath the player like that. And then we also want to create a value, and then in this case it's going to be an integer value. So local points value equals instance.new int value, and we're going to create the int value underneath of the leader stats folder. And I'll just show you what that looks like so far. Let me see if we come over in here, and if you look on the leaderboard, oh, it did not create leader stats. Why could that be? Oh, we have to name the leader stats folder leader stats, that's why. Or else Roblox won't register it. So leader stats folder.name equals leader stats. I know I'm 5th on the Roblox live section. Like, that's crazy. Thank you for anybody who's, contributed or helped or viewed my videos or helped me get to the spot where I am right now. I really appreciate it. It's amazing the fact that I can do this every day for fun. I love making videos for you guys, making tutorials and all that. So thanks to each and every one of you who has helped me get to this point. And as you can see, we have our value under our leader stats. Now I want to name that value points so we know exactly what it is. So let's say points value dot name equals points. Isn't it a number value? It's a good question. A lot of people actually do ask me that question. What is the difference between an integer value and a number value? And the difference is if we create an int value under workspace, you see we have the property, right, the value property. If I was to change it to 0.5, it's going to set it to 0. If I say 1.5, it's going to set it to 0. You can't use decimals in int values, in integer values. An integer in math is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to infinity. You don't have decimals in between. So we can set it's like 3. While with a number value, if we were to create one of those in here, we could set it to 0.3. And it'd like go out forever, or we could set it to 0.5 or even 1.5. So that's the difference between an int value and a number value, and I think it's really important to understand because each one has its specific use case. So we created our int value, we named it. Let's just check it out and see what that looks like. Aaron says, "Hey Wyatt, you're a very good scripter. You're one of the best YouTube scripters in YouTube, and thank you so much for the help." Awesome, glad I've been able to help. And to make cash registers, I like that idea. Good idea. Whoops, I don't want the coffee right now. But we do have points, and I spelled it paints, but we don't want paints, we want points. So I should change the A to an O. That doesn't work. Alright, let's see now. Make hotel login monitors. Very cool. You want some paints? Well, I don't want paints, I want points, not paints. Jeez. Am I going to use data store? Yes, I am, Alpha. Of course. Data store is very important. So we will get a reference to our data store service. So I'll say local data store service. Didn't a Roblox dev say something about voice chat? What should I pin it on? I'll answer that in a second. Let me just get a reference to the data store service. Game :get service, data store service. Yeah, I could actually talk a bit about that if you guys didn't know. I think Kaneko Kitten actually put out a video the other day, and it's about Roblox voice chat. They are looking to hire somebody to implement voice chat into Roblox, which I think it's actually a pretty cool idea. I don't know how it'll work out or how they're going to do filtering or anything like that, but I think it's a really cool idea. I think Roblox is probably going to run into some complications along the way, but I mean, you can kind of expect that with anything. But I think it's a good thing that they're trying to attempt this. I should use Roblox Studio Dark Mode. Gotten a lot of criticism on that. I mean, I'm sure you're happy. I use Discord Dark Mode. I'm not a Discord Light Mode person. So I'm sure you're happy about that. But I think I've always just used Roblox Studio in light mode because there wasn't a dark theme when I started using it. Let's try it. We can try enabling it right now just to see what it looks like. I don't really like it though. I mean, I'm used to like VS Code, Visual Studio Code. They have a nice dark theme. Let me see. If we go to Studio, where's dark theme? Does anybody know? Dark theme, dark theme, dark theme. Is there a dark theme anywhere? I don't see dark theme. Ah, that's not good. I use OBS to record and stream, open broadcasting software. Find something called theme. Okay, I'll look for it. Thanks for the tip. Theme. Dark. Oh, okay, this is very weird. I'm not used, okay. I'm not very used to developing in Studio in dark theme. Here, we'll try it for a little while. How's that sound? We'll try it for like 5 minutes. We'll do some scripting in dark theme. Oh boy, that's weird. Okay. So we have a reference. Okay, I don't know if I can do this for much longer. Yeah, it's very dark. So we have our reference to our data store service. So what we'll do is, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't. I gotta go. I love my light theme. I'm sorry. I can't. I know. I'm sorry. I don't like dark theme. My apologies. What we're gonna do, so whenever the player's added, we want to load in their data from what we're gonna call the point store. So we need to create a new data store. So say local points store equals data store service colon get data store, and we're gonna get the points store. And I'm actually gonna put a number after it. This is a good trick if you're looking to use data stores. I always put a number after it because sometimes when I'm testing, I'll mess up the values. So I just do like point store 1, 2, 3, and then when I'm ready to actually put it into production, I just put it at point store. So we don't have to worry about values getting messed up or anything like that. So what we'll do, we have our point store. We will say we need to get the amount of points that they have when they join the game. So local current points equals point store colon get async. That's how we get values from data stores. And then I want to pass in the player.user ID. That's how we're going to store it, by using the user ID. So maybe if my user ID is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I had 20 points, it would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be the key, and then 20 would be the value. So it kind of stores it like that. So what we do, we have our points, and the issue is right now, if I just print out current points and we join the game, you'll see it's going to print out nil because we didn't save any points. We joined the game, we don't have any. So what we need to do, we need to add a check. See, it printed nil. We need to add a check to see publish. Thank you. We need to add a check to see if the points is equal to nil, and if it is, we want to set it to 0. Otherwise, we can just load in the points. So say if current points, then so if current points is equal to something, then we're not going to do anything. So we want to say if not current points. I think that's how it works. Or we can say if current points is equal to nil. So if current points is equal to nothing, then we want to say current points is equal to 0. And then what we'll do from here is we'll set our points value to current points. So if we had 1 point saved the last time we left the game, it sets the points value to the current points, which would be 0 in this case. Or if we had like 5 or however many, it would set it when we rejoin the game. What's my mic? I don't know. I looked it up the other day. I just found this in a drawer somewhere, so I really don't remember. But I looked it up the other day, and I did wind up finding it. I'll send you a link on Discord Alpha. Make a UI that says, did you order an item name? Yeah, we could do that. Someone said be patient. Oh, did I? Okay. Yeah, be patient. I don't know. When you get 1,000 points, it changes it to 1K. Yeah, we could do that. Like the abbreviation type thing. Alright, so I mean, there's no really way to test this type thing. until we actually start incrementing the points. So what we want to do is we need, so right now we're just loading in the points to the game. We're not really doing anything with them. What I want to do is I want to get whenever they're changed, and then I want to save them. So we'll say points value dot changed. So whenever that value is changed, we want to connect it up to a function, and then we want to get the new value. And then what we'll do is we'll say point store colon set async. So we're going to set the points for the player, and we want to pass in the player.userid because we need to say which player do we want to set it for, and then we need to pass in the new value. So if the new value is like 5, it would set it to 5. If it was 4, set it to 4, and that's how we're going to wind up saving and loading the different point values. Can I make more tutorials for a water park? I think I made one. I made a water slide, or just a slide video. I could try that. I could try and do that. Yeah. Can I make rank sticks like rank commands? I've actually gotten a lot of suggestions for rank sticks. Maybe I'll make a video on that. I think that'd be kind of cool. I am raging. Who disliked? Some people dislike. It's okay. You know, people can, share their opinion. That's the reason. YouTube has the like and dislike for a reason. If somebody doesn't like it, they don't like it. But that's okay because we have tons of likes. If we set the points to 10, it should save it to the data store, and our points changes to 10. And if we leave the game, cross your fingers for me, guys, and we go back into the game, 98 likes. My gosh, guys. There we go, it saved. So now we have 10 points. That is very, very awesome. And now from here, what we can do, so we have points, we have the points that save, we have the points that load back in. Now what we can do is we can get whenever they mop up a spill, and whenever they do, we can increment the points. So this is all kind of coming together. All these pieces are, kind of coming together. So what we'll do is we will say mopping equals true, and then in our spill manager, whenever they mop it, we want to say player.leaderStats, which is that folder, .points.value equals player.leaderstats.points.value plus 1. Hey Wyatt, I just have a question because in the stream you're doing a point system. Did the old point system break? Yeah, so if you're familiar, I did make a video on a different point system previously. It did not break. It is still fully functioning. You just have to make sure to turn on like API requests and stuff like that, and like HTTP requests and all that. But it is still working, yes. I should change the title to Roblox Live Scripting a Cafe Road to 3K. Maybe. I don't really change the title in between streams too often. Maybe next time we can do it if we're on the road to another milestone, though. Yay, and our points just increase. Very fun, guys. Very fun. Make a third-party data store to save across games? No. It is so frustrating to try and do that kind of thing. It's a cool idea. I've always had, I don't know, I think it's not always easy to, because you have to pay for storage on a hosting provider, and there's other stuff you have to do with the third-party data store. With your other point system, leader stats changes to nil when you got more leader stats. Yes, so what you have to do, so with the previous point system, I'll explain this now. If you already have your leader stats folder created and you implement my point system, what you're going to have to do is change the line that creates the leader stats to reference to the current leader stats that's created. And I know that sounds really confusing, but it would, so rather than saying instance.newLeaderStats, you'd say player.leaderStats for that one variable. Maybe I can make like an update video on it type thing. But our points is working, which is very fun. Getting them pretty fast. And I think the idea is we're going to make a spill every like 60 seconds or something like that. Let's see. So we can just change the name or the time to 60 rather than 10. We'll just have like 5 spills for now. We don't need to have too many. How much data in the server? I don't know. I really don't know. If there's 1 FPS, then you lag a lot. Yeah, 1 FPS isn't good. I wouldn't want to have 1 FPS. Have you heard about Alvin Blocks or the Dev King before? Yes, I have. I watched Alvin. I kind of thank him for teaching me a lot of what I know about scripting. I learned a lot from his videos. I watched the Dev King too. He makes some cool videos on like just about Roblox developing, and stuff like that. But both great YouTubers. Yeah, I enjoy watching them. Do I have a video on how to make a person's rank go in the leaderboard? We could do that next if you like. That'd be kind of fun. But I do have a video on it. I think it's called a group rank leaderboard or something like that. But we can make that in here too. So what we can do inside of our point manager, we'll create a new script under server script service, and I'm just going to name this rank leaderboard. And the way this is going to work is it's going to wait for that leader stats folder. It's going to create a string value underneath that leader stats folder, and that's where we're actually going to set the value to the player's rank in the group. And I don't have a group for this game right now, so I think I'm just going to use the RoScripter group. Maybe I can make a group for it in the future. Let me publish the game for you guys, so if you are interested in using this or any of the assets or anything, you can just grab it from the description. I have the Uncopylock game there. Best channel on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me see. I made a game that made 58 Robux from premium benefits. Very cool. I think I might make a video on premium benefits sometime. So what we want to do is inside of this rank leaderboard, let me grab my RoScripter group ID real quick. Groups. Whoops, I don't want to go to the trades tab. I'm going to go to the groups, and here is the RoScripter group. And holy crap, wow, that's amazing. We just hit 300 members on the RoScripter group, so thank you guys for joining that. I appreciate it. What we can do in here, let me just comment this out. We'll throw in our group ID. Or we can create a variable for it actually. Local group ID equals that. And what we'll do is we'll say player.added. Again, we want to hook into that event. So game.players.playerAdded. Connect it up to a function. 2 monitors. Moon radar. I use 2 monitors. And we want to get a player. We want to get the player when they join, just as we did inside of this point manager script right here. And what we'll say is we want to get the player's rank in this group. So we'll say local player rank in group equals player : get rank in group. We'll get the rank in the group ID. And then we want to say player, or actually, sorry, we want to get a reference to our leader stats folder. And the way we're going to do that is we'll say local leader stats folder. And we want to wait for child, because what we do in this point manager script over here, we create the folder. We need to wait for it to get created. So leader stats folder equals player : wait for child. We need to wait for this folder to appear to be created. And then we're going to pass in the name leader stats. So we're going to wait for that leader stats folder to be created. And then once it is, it's going to go into this variable. And then we're going to say leader stats folder. We need to create a new string value. So local player rank value, or we can actually just name it rank value. How long have I been a moderator for? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. So local rank value equals, we want to create a new string value underneath of this leader stats folder. So say instance.new, we'll say string value. I'm going to create it underneath the leader stats folder. And then I want to say rank value dot name. I want to set the name of this to rank so that we know that's what their players are looking for. It's the rank. And then I want to set the value of this, rank value dot value, to the player's rank in the group. And because I'm the owner of the RoScripter group, that should come up as owner, but we'll have to see. Can I add more variety to the spills so they look different at different distances? We can try that. Yeah, we can add variety to them for sure. Oh, yep, you're right. Scroll Plays just pointed that out. Right now what we have is we have the rank in group. What we need to do is get the role in group, because the rank just passes the number, but we need the name of the role. So if I was the owner, we need it to say owner. So we'll say player rank in group equals player : get role in group. My bad. We'll try it out again. Why does the animation not work when mopping? The animation will not work for you because what Roblox says is they only play animations if they're created by the owner of the game. So if you republish the game or something, it's not going to play it unless you recreate the animation. I don't know why Roblox does that, but that's just kind of how they work. Okay. Let me see. Rank owner Awesome. That works. Very cool. And I'm just trying to think. Invite us to the game so we can all experience it. I have the uncopylocked version in the description if you're interested in checking it out. But I do not have Team Create enabled on this game right now. So what we can do after this, I think that's really, maybe we can wrap it up here. I think that's a decent amount for today. Do I have a video on how to make an overhead ranked GUI? Yep, exactly. I do actually. I have a video and it's called How to Script an Overhead Ranked GUI on Roblox. Yes, I do. When they mop, it walks them to the spill. Yeah, you did suggest that. We can do that for sure. Let's just see. We press E, mops the spill, and the animation stops. Yeah, I think it works. Very cool. Don't end it. Should I end it? Should I not end it? Join us in the game before I end the stream. I can do that. Sure. I'll join the game. If you guys are chilling there. Let's see. Let me join in. Can I explain line breaks in the overhead ranked GUI and colors? The only way line breaks work, so for an overhead ranked GUI, if you want to have multi-lines, the way I do it, I just create 2 text labels. And set the values separately rather than having one. I believe you can use text wrapping too and like set up different lines, but I just use 2 text labels. I will join you in the game right now, so if anybody's interested, I'm gonna hop in the live cafe scripting game. Looks like we have 2 people in there right now. Oh, we have 10 people in there right now. Let's see. We are hopping in. I don't know if you can see this or not. Holy moly. Wow, that is a lot of people. Hi, guys. Let's see. You can see yourself on the stream in the live chat. Oh, that's fun. You're all coming in the game. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Orange, hi. Wyatt. We need more mops. We do need more mops. We'll clone them. We'll work on a clone script next time. Yay, we're all jumping because we're all happy. I don't know why, but we're still jumping. More mops for Matt. 68 people. If you just joined the stream, you can check out the game in the description. We're all just chilling here right now. I don't really know what we're doing. We're just jumping around. Starboy joined. Awesome. Yeah, I guess I'll probably end up the stream here. Does anybody have any other questions or anything you want to ask in chat? I can answer you. I will hop in the general voice channel on the Discord server, so if you're not in it, please do join. So after the stream, I'll hop in there and I'll be happy to talk to anybody who wants to. Oh, you're all sending me friend requests. I can't accept your friend requests. I don't want to run out of friends. I'm sorry. I totally would. I can't though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How do you get the developer role in my Discord? To get the developer role in my Discord server, we have role applications. I believe it's in like the role applications channel. You can just apply and I read applications every once in a while. Is the stream lagging? I could imagine it's lagging. Oh geez, yeah, that's lagging pretty bad. Alright, well I think I'm going to end up the stream here. Thank you so much guys for joining and for checking it out and for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Again, I will be in the general voice channel in Discord right after I end up the stream, so if you want to talk about the script or you want to talk about anything, I'll be happy to do that. I hope you learned something new today about scripting on Roblox, and I'll see you guys later.